Hi.
Hi, and welcome to Supercharge Your Health. I'm Suzanne with Discount Med Direct. You can reach me at 941-421-7155. You can reach us here at Health Supercharge at info@healthsupercharge.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the podcast, the videos, whichever you're watching. You can also comment, find us on Facebook, or send us questions or comments on Facebook at Health or Supercharge Your Health on Facebook.
Yes, and I am Beth Annie Stockdale, owner of your Total Body Wellness Center here in Venice, Florida. Welcome to Supercharge Your Health. What we do here is basically expand your mind and your horizons on all those things, those modalities, those products that are out there that can basically supercharge your health. And last week, we had Lacey Ferris here from Beauty Counter, and we started a really good discussion about the toxins in skincare and cosmetics. And we brought up some terms, and we brought up numbers, and we had a discussion that we needed a follow-up podcast to kind of really solidify what we talked about last week. And we've had a little experiment. One of the things that we did last week is we talked about nail polish. And the categories of nail polish is when you go online and you can put your brand of your nail polish in, and to see how safe it is, they have categories. They are either 3 free, 5 free, 7 free, and what that designation is how many toxins the company or the brand has removed from the product. And the lowest is like 3 free. Those are the big 3 toxins. The industry standard is 5 free, but I found the Sally Hansen Pure brand right here at CVS at a drugstore. So, and I've been wearing it. And Suzanne has decided that she's going to take it for a test drive because she's really hard on her nails.
Well, and I was a nail tech for a few years, so I have a lot of experience doing a lot of different things to my nails, have tried a lot of different things, and I'm going to throw in a little natural product thing here too while we're talking about this. So years ago when I was a nail tech, I'd see these women come in, and I worked in a very touristy area, very affluent touristy area. So a lot of my clientele was very wealthy. So a lot of them got their nails done every week, and they would come even when they were on vacation and get their nails done. So I had this one lady that came in, and she's like, she had beautiful nails, and some people just naturally have beautiful nails. So my question to these ladies that had beautiful nails was always, do you have this, are these natural, or do you do something? Do you have a secret that you can tell me? So this one lady says, well, I always had horrible nails, but my nail tech up north told me to get avocado oil. And put just rub avocado oil on my nails every day.
How funny.
So I thought, well, I've spent thousands of dollars on trying to have nice nails. Let me try avocado oil. So back then, this was the 90s, late 90s, I had to go to the health food store to buy avocado oil. You couldn't find it at, the local grocery store. So I go off to the local health food store, I buy a bottle of avocado oil, and faithfully every day for 2 weeks I rub that oil into my nails. Nothing. But about the middle of the 3rd week, my nails started growing like crazy.
There you go.
So I've told tons of people about this since, but I always say you gotta give it 3 weeks. You can't just give it 2 weeks. You gotta give it 3 weeks. But what I've learned in the meantime is if I buff that into my nails, I don't have to do it every day. So you just get a buffer at the drugstore or wherever. Buff it into your nails. Do your manicure once a week. Buff it into your nails, and they'll grow.
Well, see, in this, the cellular turnover in your body, different cells turn over at different rates. And just like your skin or your nails, the sloughing off of dead cells takes a little while.
Yep.
And, we can't expect.
Well, and I think you've got to feed that nail as it grows out, too. So, because, your nail is really dead skin or dead nail for the most part of it. So you've got to wait till that bottom part starts to get fed and gets in there and grows out. So that's my little natural tip, that if you have nails that don't like to grow or are a little bit brittle, especially, that's what mine are. Mine tend to grow pretty well, but they're brittle.
Okay.
So the oil definitely helps with that. Now, I have told people that had softer nails to try it, but never in a place where they've come back and said, oh, I really like that. So But that's my kind of, and I mean, it's avocado oil. There's basically
And you
nothing else in it.
Right, and you should have it in your kitchen anyway because it's a good, healthy fat.
And it's the same stuff that you cook with. And I mean,
Absolutely.
I buy, it's like a 6 to 8 ounce bottle. And I mean, I think I'm on my 3rd bottle in probably 10 years because I keep one just for my nails because I kind of just stick my finger in it, so I don't want to use it for food afterwards.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's it. So I did try the pure nail polish. I did buy it. And
okay, now this is Sally Hansen's Pure brand. It is 16 free, and that's why I was so excited because the industry standard is 5, and this is 16. And Suzanne was like, "Oh, nothing stays on my fingernails. It chips while I sleep. I wake up and it's chipped." So I said, okay, go forth and try it. So
yeah, so it hasn't been very long. It's only been a couple days, but I have to say I'm impressed. It has not peeled off, and I mean I'm halfway through the 2nd day of working and not paying attention. The first day I'm always a little more careful because I have polish on, but but yeah, it stays on. And I did buy the top coat just because from my training that does help to keep polish on better if you put the top coat on. So I did buy the top coat. I did not buy the strengthener because typically I don't need that. I don't need the strength, but I would say try the strengthener if you need that.
There you go.
It's working, and we'll report back as we
report
go
back.
how long I can keep it on. I did not change my toenail polish, but I will do that next time when I take this off. I don't want to do it now because I'll mess up this. So.
Alrighty, so there you go. That's our report back on the Sally Hansen nail polish.
Give it a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. 2 nail thumbs up. And alrighty, so moving right along. So with Lacey Ferris here from Beauty Counter, we talked about a number of products that have been banned by either the United States, Canada, or Europe. And we were throwing a bunch of numbers around. So we decided we needed to get back and revisit what these numbers mean. There is a 501c3 nonprofit group called the Environmental Working Group. I'm sorry, EWG.org. Great website. They have basically, what they do is they evaluate products, and I printed off everything, and now I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can read today. Baby products, hair products, makeup, nail products, skin products, and oral care products. And they evaluate them for not only the ingredients, but the transparency of the labeling, which we talked about a little bit last week, and then the degree to which the ingredients have been tested and what data is available as far as the testing of the products. They have tested over 70,000 products up to this point and approved 1,649.
Well, and they do food products too.
Oh, they do?
They do food products as well.
Okay.
I downloaded the app.
Okay.
The EWG Healthy Living Act, the app. They have a couple different ones.
Okay.
So I downloaded that one just because Lacey had talked about it, and I thought, well, let me look at it.
All right.
So you can find their approved products right on the app. There's a tab, and you hit that, and so if you're looking for something specific, you can find it. It also gives you an option if you put something in and it gets a bad score. There's a place you can put to find one of their approved products that's similar. So like if you're looking for mascara and yours is bad, you can hit this other thing and it'll show you the good mascaras.
Well, see, and that's what we're about. So let's visit why we're doing this. We're not telling you what brands to buy and what brands not to buy. We are giving you information so that you can make an informed choice. Eliminating toxins from your skincare and your makeup is sort of like eliminating certain foods from your eating. Everyone has their threshold, right? They're willing to do this, but they're not willing to do that. When it comes to skincare and makeup, we're going to revisit this for just a moment. The average woman uses an average of 12 products for an average of 168 chemicals a day.
I counted this morning. I'm above average.
Are you? Okay. You're in a quarter of the 2,300 that was surveyed was like over 15.
Yeah, I think I was right at 15 or 16.
There you go. And so we're talking, between 100 and 200 chemicals a day. Men, it's about half. What they talk about, the term that they use is bioaccumulation, is the buildup of these chemicals in your body every single day without you doing anything to detox them out. So they bioaccumulate in your body. A lot of these chemicals are what we call endocrine disruptors. And your endocrine system is your hormones. They will affect your hormones in one of three ways. They will either increase or decrease your levels. They will disrupt your body's ability to absorb them and process them, or they will interfere with your body's ability to produce them in the first place. The reason why, I'm a personal trainer and a health coach and a brain health coach, and we always get into this business to kind of heal ourselves, right? Growing up, I had horrible endometriosis, and my hormones just were never right. And I finally had a total hysterectomy when I was 31. So I was basically thrown into menopause at 31 and trying to figure out what my balanced hormones should be ever since. Now that I'm doing this work, we're doing this work looking into our skincare and our makeup, it's no wonder. One of the key, and I hate to name brands, but I'm going to today. One of the biggest offenders that I've found in this category that's called triclosans is Clearasil. I probably bathed in Clearasil as a teenage girl, right? Because my acne was so bad. And here I am at this developing age, and I'm putting an endocrine disruptor right on open pores on myself. Let's just put it right into my bloodstream, shall we?
I mean, and how many kids do that? It's not just. I mean, even people like me who didn't have a big acne problem still used it. So I didn't probably use it as much or as often as you did, but. If I had a breakout, that's what I did.
Right.
That was the product back in the day.
Right.
And probably still is. I don't know. I don't have any teenagers in my life anymore, but
the triclosan is still in there.
Yeah.
And it's in toothpaste. It's in antibacterial hand soap. All right. So all of you people out there right now that are constantly doing the disinfectant hand gels, I want you to go pull them out and look on the labels. It is spelled TRICLOCAN. What they're finding is repeated exposure to this is not only an endocrine disruptor, it's affecting your thyroid, and it's affecting your body's ability to be able to use an antibiotic if you need it.
Well, and I know a few years back there was a big thing with kids because we've gotten to the point where every time a little kid gets dirty, we take an antibacterial wipe and wipe them off. And they said that wasn't good for little kids, that you should be buying wipes that don't have antibacterial in them because we're using too many antibacterial products and we're killing all the good bacteria.
Right.
And so then our body doesn't have the good bacteria to fight off the bad bacteria.
Plus, then there's a toxic chemical that's in the hand sanitizer. Okay, does that seem ironic to anybody that we have toxic chemicals and a hand sanitizer that we're using thinking that we're protecting ourselves? The toxin is then building up in our system to the point if we do get sick and have to take an antibiotic, our body's not able to produce or process or absorb the antibiotic.
Yeah, they said we should go back to just regular soaps instead of antibacterial.
That's it.
In fact, it's funny with all the virus stuff that's gone around lately. We had the TV on the other night, and I don't even know what show it was, but it was Alton Brown, who's from the food TV, and he's kind of the science guy for food TV. He kind of does the science behind food. And he said the segment was, he was doing a segment on hand washing.
Okay.
And he said, I've wanted to do this for years, and now all of a sudden they're letting me. And he went through on how to wash your hands and, making sure you get the fronts and the backs and the sides and all that stuff. But he said he carries just a regular little bar of soap. He said bar soap is by far better than the pump soaps. And he said, I like to take my own because you go into the bathrooms now and there's just the pumps. And he's like, you have no idea what's in there. you don't know if it's good, bad, or otherwise. So he said, I got he had like a little Altoids tin, and he put this little bar of soap in there, and he said, I carry that with me, and he took it to the extreme. He had his own paper towels in a plastic bag so he could wipe them off, and of course that was the extreme, obviously, but I have to say, I did go get myself a little bar of soap and put it in a little tin, so I haven't started carrying it, but I figured if I went on a trip somewhere, I mean, right now I'm pretty much just going back and forth to work, but if I was going to go on a trip or be doing more traveling, I would throw that in my purse and at least have the soap, even if I didn't have the paper towels.
Right, exactly. We're going to segue into not knowing what's in the soaps, and one of the things that we talked about, mentioned when Lacey was here, was fragrance. So I went to see what the EWG said about fragrance. Well, okay, so what they're doing is they have banned the 1,400 chemicals that the European Union, around the 500 that Canada has banned. So they've basically encompassed all of the toxic chemicals within their database as to what they are going to not allow. When Lacey referred to the word fragrance on any product, that typically that a company doesn't have to tell you what chemicals make up that fragrance, and I'm trying to find out where I have it here. What I didn't know was how many different chemicals make up fragrance. And what the EWG has done in their standards is, if what you are calling fragrance on your product is 5 ingredients or less, you have to list all 5 ingredients on the label. You just can't put fragrance on there. If what you're calling fragrance has more than 5 ingredients, you have to list the first 5, you have to asterisk, and then you have to put either where your website is or wherever the full list of the ingredients are. And what's important with the fragrance is that it will most likely have phthalate in it, which helps it stick to your skin or helps it linger in the air.
And that's what I had said, that for me, a lot of the products with my skin being sensitive, we talked about this last time, is that it tends to be, I think, the fragrance.
Yes.
So that's what makes my skin, and it's funny because recently I've been noticing that I've been more itchy. Now, we did have a mosquito problem at our house, which seems to have gone away, but so that was part of it. But my mom decided to use some sanitizer.
There you go.
In the laundry. Now, she a lot of times will pull my clothes in with hers because it's just the two of us, and to make a whole load, she has to wear uniforms to work, so she sometimes needs extra dark clothes to put in there. So I said to her the other day, because she was buying some other fragrance to put in the wash, and she knows not to put that in when she puts my stuff in, but and she buys it more for my niece to do like dog beds and that kind of stuff to get the dog smell out of their house. But I said to her, you haven't been putting that stuff in my clothes, have you? And she's like, no. I said, what about that sanitizer stuff? And she said, well, I only put that in the dark clothes. So, which is the stuff she wears to work, which makes sense because she works at an assisted living. But I started thinking about, when am I itching? And it's typically when I'm wearing my jeans.
Which are your dark clothes.
Which are my dark clothes. So,
right.
I'm going to have to say either don't wash my clothes or don't use that stuff because it makes me itch. Well, so when I wear lighter pants like I have on today, I don't notice it as much.
Right. One of the other websites that I looked at had the top 10 list of major toxic chemicals, and the first one was phthalates. All right. Most products so we were talking about skincare and makeup, which are all colors and fragrances, but most products that have synthetic fragrance. So we're talking about any kind of air fresheners. Everything from those cardboard little things that you have in the car, right, to your little plug-ins, to your dish soap, your washing detergent, your perfumes, your colognes, all have them in there. That they're found in the vinyl flooring, shower curtains, cosmetics. Why are these dangerous? They are linked to birth defects, cancer, ADHD, thyroid dysfunction, insulin resistance, and endocrine disruption. All right, so, you know, we both do a lot with essential oils. You can get things to smell good naturally with essential oils that don't have phthalates in them, that won't disrupt your endocrine system.
Yeah, I don't. We don't use those. Well, I have to say, we did get some. Someone told us that flies don't like those vanilla tree things that you get for your car. So we put those up because we had a fly. We had a fly problem this year too. But we put those up around the house to get rid of the flies.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you don't start itching.
Yeah, for me, it really has to touch my skin.
Well, but what I'm saying is you're breathing in, and again, it's a cumulative effect.
Right.
It's the little vanilla trees and this, that, and the other thing. You know, I started looking, you know, through my bathroom, and I literally just started throwing things out. I was shocked. Shocked. Okay, a couple of the other things we want to talk about because it is summer is Oxybenzone. It is a very dangerous ingredient that is in sunscreen. So I want you all to pull out your sunscreen and see if there's Oxybenzone in it. What you want, because it's linked again to being an endocrine disruptor and causing cancer. What you want to look for instead is your zinc oxide, your titanium dioxide, only if your sunscreen is a cream, not an aerosol, because titanium dioxide is toxic if it becomes airborne and you breathe it in. All right, so those little squirty aerosol sunscreens, no. And Bioaccumulation is also another safe sunscreen. The other thing I want to talk about is BPAs in your plastic water bottles. All right, I want you all drinking water, but go get water bottles that are BPA free. I just like started to swallow there.
Breathe.
BPA free. And the reason is they leach something that is BPA is basically a synthetic estrogen. We don't want to be artificially raising our estrogen levels. And men too, you don't want to be raising your estrogen levels either. It's also linked to diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and fertility problems. Where this becomes an issue is if you leave your water bottle in the car and it gets heated up. That's when the BPAs start leaching into the water that you're drinking. Do not ever heat anything up in the microwave if it's plastic, unless it's BPA free.
I don't like the microwave anyway.
Well, yeah, but
that's another show.
That's another show. We'll talk about plastics. So that's
or microwaves.
Or microwaves, and the other thing with the triglycerin that I talked about in the Clearasil, really go look at your toothpaste. During my research, Colgate Total, as of last year, had it in it. It's a common ingredient in toothpaste. Colgate removed it when it quote unquote reformulated its toothpaste, but never admitted that it took the triglycerin out. They put some other better ingredient in. And my my background, I'm a lawyer, still am. When I started out many years ago, I did toxic tort litigation. And what that means is I worked in a law firm that represented the insurance companies of the companies that made things like asbestos. And basically we're tracking the people that had been exposed to it and were basically dying of mesothelioma, asbestosis. And what the issue is limiting your liability. You will take actions to resolve an issue with ever admitting that the reason why you did it was because it was dangerous. We just, like Colgate did, they reformulated something without ever admitting that the ingredient that was in it was dangerous to start, because those of us, like I'm 60 years old now, if you can start looking back at all the products you used and said, okay, this caused this or this caused that, If they admit guilt at this point,
yeah,
they're opening the gates.
Well, and so many of the store brands or commercial brands, not going into the more holistic side of things, but if you go to the the Walmarts and the Targets and that kind of stuff, so many of the common brands that we're all familiar with, a lot of those are all owned by the same companies.
Correct.
So if you could prove that you've been using Colgate forever, no matter what kind it is, and it's in all of the Colgate toothpastes, you've had that continuous, even though it might have been this kind of Colgate product and then this kind of Colgate product and then this kind of Colgate product. Or it might be you even switched to a different name, but it could still be owned by that same Procter & Gamble or whatever, the company. So there's a lot of littler divisions within some of these big product companies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the good thing is, there was even something on, I think the EWG website, is Walmart is starting to put pressure on the retailers that they're accepting that they want safer products. So, and I even mentioned this last week, you don't have to go into an expensive health food store or a day spa to get safer products. You can get them at the drugstore. You can get them at Walmart or Target. You're just going to have to be a little bit more educated on what brand you're looking for. You can either contact us, we can do the due diligence for you and let you know. We posted the list, the Never list, in the comments section of last week's Supercharge Your Health with Lacey. I posted the Never list that Beauty Counter has for its makeup. I think she said there's 1,800 chemicals. So if you're into reading labels, get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and sit down with all your skincare and your makeup and start going through that list and comparing what you're doing.
Well, and we can go back to the app. That app, you can, all you have to do is, it has a scanner thing, which my scanner on my phone doesn't work great, but you can scan the barcode on the products and it'll bring that product right up for you. Or you can put in the name, like if you use Colgate, you can put in Colgate and you can see all the different Colgate products, or you can put in whatever. And you can also, there's an option that if, like I had a couple of things that I had that were kind of not common brands, and they didn't come up when I put them in. But you can take a picture of the labels and submit it, and then they will come back and tell you what they think of it.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's kind of cool too.
That's cool too.
So if you have something that, whether it's a common brand or a not so common brand that you don't know for sure, and you don't want to sit and read labels, if you're like me and not like her, and you don't want to sit and read labels all night, you can just scan it in, and then if it doesn't come up, you can just say picture, and you take a picture of the front, you take a picture of the back, and then you submit it, and they check it out for you.
Well, and the other thing too is they have their lists of the products that they have accepted and how they rate within their system, number one. Number two, they have the ingredients listed on their website, number two. And number three, I'm going to tell you this right now, and this was my experience going through my skincare. I didn't get to like the third ingredient before I found one. Usually it was PEG. That was like in the garbage. It's like, because I'm not going to, between my toner, my cleanser that I was using, then the toner, and then the moisturizer, there's like 3 products, and I didn't get past the third ingredient on either one of them, either 3 of them, before I had to toss it. So it was just like, all right, I'm just not even going to let my head spin anymore. I'm just going to go with, right now, I'm going to go with Beauty Counter, because I'm the most confident with their products. But there's other products too that are on the EWG, on their website, on their app, that you can check out for yourself. And there again, there's going to be that threshold, right? There's going to be that color eyeshadow that you just won't give up. That's great as long as you realize what toxins are in it.
Well, and I was looking, one of the products that I had just gotten, I had a box, a subscription box that I got. And one of the things was eyebrow pencil, and I needed a new one. So I kind of looked, I scanned it and it didn't come up, but I didn't send that one in, but I looked, I picked, show me other products that are good. And there was a Maybelline one that came up. Now, it was not a recommended one by them, but they have a scale 1 to 10, and it was a 1. So it's still a really good product. It did have one ingredient that they said had like limited testing. So that they were giving it, that particular ingredient got a 3, but everything, all the other ingredients were 1s. So it was probably just a little more testing was needed on that, and then maybe that whole product could be a 1.
Right.
It could be a recommended. But that was Maybelline, so that's a big brand,
Right. And that's why they have this 2-tier rating system. One is the ingredients, and the other one is a level to which it's been tested.
Yeah.
And, one is they get the seal of approval. 1 and 2, they're a low hazard. 3, 4, 5, 6, the product is considered a moderate hazard. 7, 8, 9, 10 is high hazard. Get rid of it, kind of thing. Yeah, so that's what their rating system is, and I think that's what you needed to know when you went to the app.
Yeah,
was what those numbers meant.
Yeah, so I went to the app and I'm like, okay, they're kind of color coded, so like 1 and 2 are green. So I'm like, okay, they're probably good, but I don't know because it didn't really explain that on the app. So then I went to the website just to kind of figure out and was able to see that 1 was the scale 1 to 10. 1 was obviously the better products. 10 was the worst products. So you could decide if that, level is okay with you or not, or maybe it's something that you only use for special occasions in a 4 or a 5, if you're only using it once every 6 months.
Okay, but then
right.
let's take that logic a step further. You're using it once every.
You should be throwing it away.
You should be throwing it away because the level of preservatives, the parabens that are in there, so that it will last till the next holiday. You don't want to be putting that on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, this is all bioaccumulation. It's eating that one potato chip, and it's like sort of being at a buffet of junk food. You can have one potato chip and you're good, right? That's like the one product that you use on the one holiday.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but there's those burritos.
Okay, maybe the holiday is Halloween.
And then there's those corn chips.
We go out and
there's the dip. And then there's the queso, right? So it wasn't that one chip that got you. It was the 10 chips plus the dips.
Yeah.
It all accumulates. And then if you do that every day and your body doesn't have a way to detox. So this is my recommendation, because this is the way I am, very problem-solving kind of girl, is detox yourself. Make a decision, okay, I'm going to eliminate whatever level of toxins you're going to eliminate. Either your skincare, your makeup, your artificial fragrance in your house, you're going to do whatever. And then detox your body. And I have a far infrared sauna here, which is one of the best ways to detox toxins, heavy metals out of your body. If you're not here local in the Venice area, find somewhere that has a far infrared sauna. That's what you want, not the old-fashioned one where you throw water on rocks and it heats up the ambient air. You want a far infrared sauna that's going to go in and heat up your cellular body, that then pushes the toxins out, and that's the difference. It's going to raise your body temperature, and then it pushes the toxins out of your body by virtue, and then the sweat. It's activating your lymphatic system, which is your body's garbage disposal, and it's going to push those toxins out. I had a client this morning. She's like, well, for some of us, it's probably just too late. I'm like, no. It's never too late to get yourself healthier.
Well, and you hear stories of people that, that women or even men that start exercising at 50 or 60 or
70 or 80.
I can't even think of who it was, but I know I saw somebody recently that it was a woman who can like do the splits, and she can do all these crazy things and flexibility wise, and she's like 80 or 90 years old or something, but she didn't start till she was 50. So it's not too late,
No,
because she can do all of that at her age, and
it's never too late to improve your immune system, especially now. If you're 65 years of age or older, you are considered in the high risk category for COVID or whatever the next virus is. All right, you're going to be in that risk category. If you can boost up your immune system starting today, one of the first steps you can do is eliminating these toxins so that your endocrine system, so that your hormones can all work more efficiently, so your body can start absorbing more of those nutrients. I'm like the biggest advocate, ladies, you got to put your big girl panties on and take responsibility for your health.
Well, one of the things that I have started doing since I've been eating healthier, I discovered Smoothie Bowls. So it's basically a smoothie, but you make it a little bit thicker.
Okay.
And then you put nuts or berries or something on the top of it. So I started eating these, I kind of use them either as breakfast or as kind of like an afternoon snack.
Okay.
And it's almost like ice cream.
There you go.
So it feels like a treat because it's made with fruit and vegetables, but it feels like ice cream. And then you put the toppings on it, so it feels like a sundae. So it feels really like a treat. But I started giving them to my mom because she likes to have something cool. She gets hot at work, so she likes to have something cool when she gets home. But she thinks I'm giving her like blueberries and raspberries just. Well, she doesn't know I'm sticking in some spinach and some microgreen ice cubes. And
right.
She doesn't know. So I'm boosting her immune system, and she doesn't even realize it because she thinks I'm just giving her a treat.
Right. and a lot of these things are rituals, right? It's the ice cream, it's the texture, it's the spoon. How many people, I'm a personal trainer, and when I start working with people and telling them they have to give up grains, cereal eaters are the worst. It's like they're drug addicts. You take the cereal, and it has something to do with the ritual of the bowl and the spoon
crunch
and the crunch and the
or the sogginess, depending on if you're a crunchy or soggy cereal person.
Exactly. And it's the same thing with your smoothie bowl. I do the same thing with my smoothies. There's like pudding, seriously, because then they feel more filling to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever it takes, seriously. But what's really good about, getting back to the skincare and the makeup, these product lines are pretty. These are pretty colors.
Oh yeah, with the nail polish, I think I bought 3 colors because I couldn't decide.
Right.
I couldn't decide, and I mean I could have easily bought 6. Because I had more in my hand, and I'm like, I can only wear one color at a time. Let me put a couple of these back.
Right.
I mean, I did get a couple because then I don't have to go back to the store right away, but.
Right.
I was like, how do I pick?
Right.
And there's a lot of really cool colors.
And that's where the science, the natural holistic science is getting better, that they can create these pretty colors now. And healthy color cosmetics and pretty lip glosses and pretty eyeshadows. And so we don't feel like we're being deprived. Us women, if we feel like we're being deprived, forget it, we're not doing it. Right?
I'm afraid to even look at my lipstick drawer.
I have this handout about lead that's in lipstick, but we're not going to go there. Because
that's where my line is.
The lipstick? Okay, that's where her threshold is in lipstick. So we've talked about a few. Hopefully
I've been accused of having an obsession with lip products.
Okay. Just look for the lead and other minerals. But I hope that we have clarified a few of the things that we talked about last week. If you didn't listen to or watch the episode from last week, and now we've really piqued your interest, go back and watch last week's episode, watch this one, use it as a reference guide, go to the ewg.org, go to, what's the name of the app?
It's EWG Healthy Living.
There you go. And they're making healthy living easier.
Yeah,
that's right.
And the app is really, like I said, is really easy. You can take it with you. You can scan stuff while you're at the store, whether it's buying cosmetics or buying food, because the same app does both. So, and you can see what the score is, and you can decide based on the score.
There you go. And again, I am now a representative with Beauty Counter, so beautycounter.com/Annie Stockdale. When you find a brand like that you just have confidence in, then you don't even have to worry about things. So yeah, go out, experiment, and embrace taking responsibility for your health. It's empowering. It really is. And I think as women, we need to be empowered with our own health. We're tired of people telling us, the government what to do, whatever. But you can make decisions on your own.
Well, and I think had you found something like this when you were younger,
oh my
even
gosh,
the skincare, because probably the other things that you were putting on besides the Clear Cell were causing the problems, or part of them.
Yeah. What was causing the problems is I grew up in a small coal mining town that we rode our bikes through the coal mine tailings that were really dirty, that were getting in my skin and clogging my pores. And let's not mention what the coal was doing to my body as far as a heavy metal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had a whole bunch of things going on. But look at me now.
Oh, yeah. But taking that, taking those products out of your thing and putting something healthier in, like maybe even just a regular soap,
right?
Washing that off immediately when you got home.
Right.
There's probably, and then what were you putting on because your face was so dry?
The Clear Cell, yeah.
From the Clear Cell. So you had the opposite problem of me. Mine got irritated so fast that I had to find products that worked for me. You just were trying to get rid of a problem, but you were probably just making it worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But the thing is...
Or maybe you had a food sensitivity.
Who knows? And the thing is, our parents, God bless them, they did the best they could with the information they had. We are learning more about these products, and now we can look at our own health and say, okay, now this makes sense. Women, if you're out there and you're having issues with perimenopause, menopause, you're having migraines, you're having whatever your issue is, find an integrative doctor who's going to do a full blood draw and look at your skincare products and your makeup that you're using. If you go to a doctor and you have migraines and you're depressed and all they're going to do is hand you an antidepressant, go find a new doctor. Because you have to look at the totality of what you're exposing your body to understand how your body's reacting.
Well, and I had a friend, probably not in high school, but shortly thereafter, that went to have allergy tests because she was having a lot of skin problems, and they determined that it was probably an allergic reaction to something, and they thought it was a food sensitivity.
Okay.
They went and they tested it, all these different foods, nothing. And they said to her, is there anything you want us to test? And they handed her she handed them a bottle of nail polish. She was allergic to something in the nail polish.
There you go.
And she quit wearing nail polish and her skin cleared up.
There you go.
So, there can be just sensitivities to those things too that are causing other issues.
Well, but those sensitivities are your body's way of telling you, hey, stop using this.
Yeah.
We just tend to ignore it because we like the color.
Yeah.
Right? We ignore all those little warning signs that our body is throwing at us. Women, start paying attention. Men, you start paying attention too, because you have your hormone issues too. That's a whole nother program.
We did that one.
Yeah.
We talked about Viagra.
Right. If you're having hormone issues, if you're having ED issues, I want you to dig out all your skincare. I want everyththing from your toothpaste to your shaving cream to your aftershave.
Well, and we talked about EMFs then. Move your phone.
EMFs,
Take your phone off of your belt, men.
Right, right. Everything. Turn off your computers. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Alrighty, this is Beth Annie Stockdale from Your Total Body Wellness Center, located at 800 East Venice Avenue, Suite C, Venice, Florida, 34285. You can reach me by call me, text me, 941-468-7091. My website is yourtotalbody.co. There's no M. Go figure. Yourtotalbody.co. But the best way to get a hold of me is either call me or text me here.
I'm Suzanne with Discount Med Direct. You can find me at 2414 Tamiami Trail, Unit 1 in Port Charlotte. You can call me at 941-421-7155. You cannot text that number, though. That is an old-fashioned landline number.
You can call her and talk to her.
Yes, you can call me. We also have a website. It's discountmeddirect.com. You can go there. You can find us at Supercharge Your Health at healthsupercharge.com. info@healthsupercharge.com is our email. We're on Facebook as Supercharge Your Health. You can find the podcasts on iHeart. You can go find us on YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
And our wish for you is to be well, feel well, and stay well.